Hi, my name is Yasu, and I do Hitorigoto in my channel, which is a Japanese word and it means talking to myself. Um, and in my channel, I'm sharing my personal experience. Depends on the topic, but today I am actually sharing my experience to answer the questions regarding the depression. And just FYI, I finished my depression treatment after 2 years and 6 months. It's really, really long. I took Effexor. I been taking sleeping pills, and probably related to it, or I'm not sure. But when I was doing a depression treatment, I was also diagnosed as a low testosterone syndrome. Like in Japanese, we call it like male menopause. Basically, like when they did blood test, they found out that my body produced super low testosterone, and it's really hurting my whole system. And then I actually got the testosterone replacement therapy on top of everything that I was doing to treat the depression. So all the informations is based on what I actually went through. So that the question that is given to me was the how did it feel to become stable um, while you're still doing the depression treatment. Mm, Looking back, the I could actually say and now see so many little progress once I started to doing the depression treatment, especially after I started to take an Effexor. So, for example, like the before I started the treatment, I had zero energy, no motivation. Uh, Mood swing was really, really bad. Like I kept feeling so low, too much negative thoughts and everything. I am, but once I started doing the depression treatment here and in there, I didn't feel so depressed for like 30 minutes or so, but after 30 minutes and 1 hour, I could feel like I'm really depressed. And here and there, like I could feel a little bit energy in myself, motivations and everything. But after 30 minutes or an hour, it's gone. It really fluctuated, and then it only lasted for like 30 minutes or an hour and a little bit longer at the beginning, and then went back to depression mode. So I didn't feel that I was becoming stable or I was becoming better. But if I looked back everything before starting the treatment, there was no space or time for me to feel that, oh, I feel a little bit better or I feel a little bit energy. There's no such time. Constant negative thoughts, feeling low, depressed, no energy. So once I started doing the depression treatment and I started to feeling here and there, feeling better or feeling not too depressed or feeling a little bit energy, it was a clear sign that I'm getting better. I'm getting more stabilized. It just how long it lasted. It's just only a little bit. That's why I couldn't really tell at the beginning that I am really starting to having the benefits of it. But as time went by, the time when I felt better or didn't feel depressed or felt a little bit energy, it got longer and longer. And then I started to sing and acknowledge that I am actually getting better and more stabilized. But that was very frustrating because I was I was happy when I felt better or when I could feel energy in myself. But once it's gone, I got disappointed. I feel like what is going on with me? Why did I go back to this depression stage again? How am I not getting better? This is one of the scary part of the for mental health, which is whatever we are feeling is all in our head. So once we are consumed by negative thoughts and then feeling low, depressed, low energy, we are consumed by it. We think that that's everything about. We cannot be objective to assess that just a few minutes ago I was feeling better, but now I don't feel good. It's just a cycle, so just keep it up. You're gonna get better. But when I was actually going through that, I couldn't really say that to myself because everything is just too subjective and it changed really quickly and the change is too dramatic. But as I said, as time went by, the time that I felt better, it got longer and longer. So that's how it felt to be more getting stabilized and better when I was going through the depression treatment. And if I may add a few extra experiences into this, then once I started doing the depression treatment, I was able to start understanding what is actually written in books or emails. So the first symptoms that I think I started to suffering from because of the depression is when my brain refused to take any kind of new information. So when I was reading books or reading news or reading emails or text messages, and it freaked me out because no matter how many times I kept reading the one sentence or one line, I just couldn't figure out what is actually written. It freaked me out, gave myself like a little bit time to calm down, and then I tried to read it again, and then I was able to read it. It's a relief, however, as soon as I couldn't focus or I feel like depressed or too tired, and then try to read the words and everything, my brain couldn't understand. And then I realized at the time that, oh, this could be something. And I think that that's really the only symptoms of the depression. But as I started doing the treatment, I had more stability to keep reading and keep understanding. But once I get really tired, then of course my brain really refused to really understand what is written. It's such a weird feelings. The other thing is the when I was listening to music, suddenly my brain started to recognize the lyrics of the music. And then I realized that before doing the depression treatment, which is start taking Effexons and everything, I thought I was listening to music, which is actually true. However, my brain couldn't take any more information or stimulus because it's completely overwhelmed. So my brain couldn't understand what that singer actually sang, what those lyrics actually meant. So one day after once I started doing the depression treatment, out of nowhere, it just really hit me that, oh, this is what it meant in that lyrics. And then I realized that, then what was happening before? Oh, maybe I didn't understand what this singer was singing. And I was like, yeah, that's probably the case. And that's when I realized that, oh, I think I got better. I got more stabilized. It was such a weird feelings. It's such a weird that I didn't even understand or realize that my brain was refusing to understand what it's actually what the singer was singing and what is actually what the lyrics are until my brain is it got stabilized enough to start understanding everything. It's such a weird feelings. But at the same time, when that happened, I realized that nothing is really in control. So, yeah, I still remember when when that happened, I was really glad to start doing the depression treatment. Yeah. No, I'm everything felt so feels so unreal when I'm trying to talk about what I actually went through, and then it just really surprised me that I am still alive because I don't even know how I actually managed to get through everything. And some of actually my friends whom I told them that I officially finished my depression treatment. Thank you so much for your helps and everything. And some of them, including my doctor friends, actually told me that they really thought that I wouldn't make it because I was really in the bad shape. And also they know their friends or family members or people who suffer from depressions, and doing the treatment, seeing them struggling. But it's such a rare case, even for doctors, to see people successfully finish depression treatment. So don't get sick, don't get depressed. It's really not worth it. 2 years and 6 months, it's a long time. Even though to me, time went by so quickly, but it's just simply not worth it, because it just simply took too much out of me. Yeah, probably I'm gonna talk about once I finish the depression treatment, what is actually happening with me right now. Basically, it took too much out of me, so I feel like there's nothing left in me. If makes sense, I'm not sure, but yeah, let me just make another video for it. So it's really not worth getting depressed, and I don't think anyone wants to get depressed, but we get depressed. It's out of control, but looking back in my case, there are a lot of cues, and I should have listened, and I should have taken proper measurements and actions so that it wouldn't get as bad as what I have. So if you're stressed out, if you feel everything is just too much, just run away. Only think for yourself first, because you're the only one who can really save yourself. And even though you have a lot of people who want to help you, and they really want to help you, but once you're in depression, there's nothing that they can do for you. And it's a lonely, lonely journey to go through, and then people shouldn't go through that. So anyway, thank you for watching. じゃあね、バイバイ。